afternoon. I have an important message for young people. We're going to talk about gangs today and the dangers of gang involvement. However, the video is too large to upload to YouTube, so I am redirecting your browser. Please go to your browser and put in www.gabctv.com. See you there. Good afternoon. This is GABC TV. I'm going to talk to young people today about something that is really not what a lot of people think of as a big deal, because after all it happens everywhere, but when you think about it, everything happens everywhere, which kind of makes it a big deal. I want to talk to you today about bullying. And I'm going to start out by talking about my own experience of going through junior high school and high school. Believe it or not, don't let the bald head fool you. Yeah, that's right. Doesn't seem like that long ago that I was that age, but now I'm years old, and guess what? I still remember those days. When I was a 7th grader, I, like many young people, had a problem with acne. You know, zits popping up all over my face. I tried everything. I tried that Oxy 10, and I tried Clearasil, and I tried all kinds of creams, and I don't know. You try it, it goes away, and it comes back. But this is just something you go through when you're dealing with, I don't know, puberty, if you want to use that term. But in place of the mustache that I have today, I had these two great big zits underneath my nose. And they just would not go away to save my life. Again, I tried everything that make them go away, you know, try to pop them, try to use all those creams and everything else. They didn't go away. So all the other young kids started calling me Headlights. So I'd come down the hallway and I would, you know, I'm on my way to class, or I'm on my way to the bathroom, I'm on my way to gym or lunch or whatever. Hey, here comes Headlights! Here comes Headlights! Headlights is coming again. And this happened for days and days and days. And I reached the point where I just couldn't stand any longer. And I remember I grabbed one of those kids by the scruff of his neck like this and just punched him right in the nose. And to this day, I'll never forget the way that kid fell, and there's blood coming out of his nose and the whole thing. And, you know, needless to say, they didn't solve the problem. Other kids then wanted to fight me, and on and on and on. My point is that bullying is a big problem. Young people, I happen to know that you have feelings, and those feelings can be hurt, because I remember my feelings being hurt a lot as a young person in junior high and in high school. And a lot of times, you know who really knows how to push our buttons? Other young people. Not so much our parents or grandparents or relatives or siblings, although they can push our buttons too. But when you get off that school bus and go into that school, boy, let me tell you, it's the kids the same age who really, they'll zero in on what's wrong with you and pick on you for it. In the Guardian Angels, we call this bullying, and we consider bullying to be a big problem in our schools. Bullying is when people pick on other people and pick on them and pick on them and pick on them until eventually it spills out into violence. And we've seen it happen in city after city across the country. After a while, when people get bullied enough like I did, you just reach the breaking point and it turns into a fight and it turns into violence. Violence is something that we really want to eliminate or minimize at the very least in our schools. So the first message I have is to the kid being bullied. What do I do? Well, I hate to say be a rat, because nobody wants to be a rat, but you really need to talk to somebody about it, because obviously it's bothering you very much. You can talk to a guidance counselor. Most importantly, talk to your school administrators, because this is my message also to school administrators. It's your responsibility to deal with bullying situations when you find out about them. Not too long ago, there was a young man out in Springfield, Massachusetts, who was bullied and bullied and bullied for days and days and days. Finally, he hung himself in his house. You know, I mean, here's an example of the worst possible scenario, what can happen when kids are bullied and nobody does anything about it. So this is why school administrators need to take the bull by the horns and deal with bullying when they find out it happens. And young people, if you're being bullied, talk to your principal and really insist that they do something about the problem. Say, look, I can't stand coming to this school anymore because such and such a person is really being a jerk and bullying me. Now, Now for the message to the bullies themselves. And you know who you are if you're listening to this video or watching it. You have some responsibility here too. And I've talked in earlier segments about the golden rule. Do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. Part of growing up is learning how to behave with a sense of common sense and treating other people the way you want to be treated. So when you're walking down the hall, do you want somebody bullying you and picking on you all the time? No, of course not. So if you're the bully, it's your responsibility to stop what you're doing. And I'm going to tell you right now, as a man, you want to grow up to be an adult, you want to grow up to be a real man and be a real adult, stop what you're doing. Take responsibility for it. If you've been bullying somebody, I challenge you right now to walk up to that person you've been bullying and say, look, man, I know this has been going on for a while. You know, maybe I felt pressured by my peers to join in what they were doing, but can I shake your hand and can we like bury the hatchet and I'm not going to bully you anymore? It takes a lot of guts to say I'm sorry. A lot of guts. It probably takes more guts to say I'm sorry to somebody, especially when you're a young person and you know egos are involved and you know I'm a big shot, you know I wear my hair a certain way and I wear these clothes and I wear these Nikes. The biggest thing you can do is an apology. And that apology is going to make the biggest difference in the world to your peer who's being bullied. And again, parents, if you find out that your children are being bullied, please contact your school administrators because interaction between you and them might put a stop to the problem. Because what happens with bullying is that, again, it spills out onto the streets. You know, I remember scenes where kids were chasing each other down the streets, beating each other up because of bullying scenes in high school and junior high. These are the things we want to avoid. So school administrators, take the bull by the horns. People who are being bullied, you know, do what you have to do. Talk to who you have to talk to. Bullies, stop it. That's all I have to talk to you about today. Remember, dare to care, not just about yourself, but your peers in school and about your community at large, and keep it safe.